Hi guys, welcome back to an interesting video by Maximus. So today we're back with more Injustice Gods Among Us. So as you can see, Arkham Knight Catwoman challenge is on, as I've said in my previous video made yesterday on the patch 2.9 update for Injustice. So today in this video, what we'll be doing is we'll be going into the Arkham Knight Catwoman challenge. We'll be completing the last stage in here, and I'm going to be doing a Catwoman review. So, firstly, we gotta switch up our team a little bit. We just did the silver one, so we're gonna be putting in. We need the Joker, so let's sort by level. So, we're gonna be putting in the Reverse Flash, as well as Arkham Knight Batman, who we're gonna put up in front. Let's check his gear setup. Looks fine. We're going to be putting in Arkham Origins Joker, which is the best Joker we have at the moment. We also have the Killing Joke Joker, but I kind of prefer the Arkham Origins one, so it doesn't really matter. So here we have Regeneration and Vampire, so that's interesting. We want to get rid of the Batman Returns Catwoman first to prevent Regeneration from having too much an effect, and Vampire, so a lot of health being gained on the opposite team. And as you can see, the Arkham Knight Catwoman herself has a whole crap load of health, if you guys didn't catch that. But let's start unloading on the Batman Returns Catwoman. So we're going to easily eliminate her off the stun. And we have trapped the other Catwoman, although it doesn't really matter. So let's start pounding on her. Regeneration is looking quite potent. So she's at 2 bars. Let's get out of time, see how much damage we can deal on her. She hasn't hit so many specials yet, and we knock her out easily, thankfully. This was real quick, so 3,150 XP gained by the Joker. And we've completed the challenge, Joker at level 49 itself, so unfortunately we couldn't establish a connection to the internet. Alright guys, and we're back, so sorry about that. Got a little bit of trouble with the internet connection, but now we've got the internet connection back. So we have received the Arkham Knight Catwoman. As you guys can see here, we have 1,300 attack and 1,000 health. So let's quickly take a screenshot of that. And we also have received the Steel Claws. So we have finished the challenge. Let's take a screenshot of the completed challenge. So, without further ado, we're going to move on to the review section. So, we're going into play. Let's try and find suitable battle. First off, alright, let's not worry about the battle first. Let's put Catwoman herself onto the team. So, we're sorting by level here, so let's scroll down a little bit back. She's only at level 20. Could take a little bit of time finding her. So here it is. Arkham Knight Catwoman herself. So for her teammates, we're gonna actually be putting in sort by name. We're gonna be putting in Batman Returns Catwoman, who's supposed to increase her damage. Supposed to double her damage over time damage. However, I have heard that there is a glitch on this, and it counts Batman Returns Catwoman as a Arkham Knight character instead of doubling the damage, which kind of sucks because that would mean that you have less damage. So, besides that, the only other Arkham Knight characters are the Arkham Knight himself, as well as Batman, and let's see if I'm missing out anybody here. Probably I'm glossing over some Arkham Knight characters. So we have Batman here. Let's just put him there temporarily, although we're not going to be using him. We have let's see, just making sure I don't miss out anybody here. Oh yeah, we have Harlequin. Forgot all about her. Yeah, besides that, we only have the Arkham Knight and Batman. So let's just put in Harlequin, the Arkham Knight, Yeah. So first off, we're gonna get into Catwoman, and we're gonna upgrade 9 lives to the max, and then we're gonna be promoting her to Elite 7. So first off, the first promotion. So now Elite 1. So take a look at the damage and health and see the increase yourself. I'm not gonna be reading it out. You guys can read it out yourselves. So on the second promotion, so now we're gonna have to buy promotions. So at this point in time, the health and damage is roughly the same, probably due to my support cards. So buying another promotion is quite expensive though. So Elite 3, can see the difference starting to get bigger. Now, oops. Now buying her to Elite 4. Roughly the same again, not sure why that is. So now Elite 5, Elite 6, and Elite 7. So there we go. So now we have Arkham Knight Catwoman at Elite 7. Let's put some gear on her. I'm not sure what gear I'm supposed to use. First off, let's take a look at the diamond tipped claws, which is evolved from the steel claw. So it gives critical chance on basic attacks, as well as a crit boost for Catwoman, as well as increased damage on special 2. So we'll just put that on there first. Although I feel that we'll be doing a lot more on special 1 because we want to take full advantage of the damage over time. However, the crit chance and crit boost are useful enough to keep it there. So let's see what gear we can put on for special 1. We can put on, not the 4th world gear though, I'm just checking if there's anything actually useful there. We can actually put on the adapt knives and the gauntlets, if I can find it. I probably missed it already. Yep, the gauntlets. There we go. So let's see how this gear setup works on Catwoman herself. So let's see how much damage we can do. We're actually gonna get into alright, let's try this battle. I'm confident of Catwoman, although she's only at level 20. So let's check out her heavy combo. It's still the same. Light combo follows the silver Catwoman, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And, oh, that's a whole lot of damage. I don't think she's gonna do very well in this one. So if we do special 1, let's tag out. The bleed is a ton. If we can actually last long enough to let it bleed out, it's gonna be a whole load of damage. But unfortunately, we're kind of dying here. I think we need to put in some healing gear on her. Let's get off the Scaredy Cat. Eliminating her, animated Harley Quinn. Arkham Knight Harley Quinn here comes in for Pop Pop. See if we can trigger the regen. Alright, we do trigger the regen. Pop Pop by Harley. We're almost done. Zod is in. We're gonna get off the cat claws again. And the regen does trigger. Let's tag in Harley Quinn. So you can see, just looking at the damage over time damage you take, it's a ton. Let's get out the damage boost. Taking the Kryptonian rifle. Let's get her back in. So her basics aren't that bad either. She has a really high damage character. And the cat claws finishes Zod off. But this obviously isn't the right fight to show her off because she dies a little bit too easily. We need to go for a slightly easier fight. So let's take a look at this page. The mirror match. Let's see how she fares in the mirror match. So we're gonna also have to show off her special 2. I haven't checked out what her special 2 is yet myself. So let's check it out together. Our opponent is at 2 bars though. So let's get our special 2. So it's called Whip It. So it starts with a double swipe, so then a kick, and then a whip, which causes bleed as well. And oh, the bleed is more special too. And look at how easily we took her out. Let's go for Whip It again. Then we got the kicks, then the whip. Well, so that's a really strong special too. So we alright, let's just check it out again real quick in the next one. This one should be quite easy. So first up we have Doomsday. I do want to do an experiment, see if her special 1 and special 2 damages differ. The damage over time damage. So Whip It, it starts off with the scratching, 3 scratches, then a kick and 2 whips. Her damage over time doesn't carry over to the next character, as we have just saw. So that kind of sucks, considering she is kind of reliant on the damage over time. I don't believe that she can hold her own without the damage over time. So we can get to see the how much damage over time the Whip It does, and Harley Quinn's special passive triggers. Alright, so it looks like we're gonna have to do a little bit more testing, but this gear set doesn't seem to be too successful. But we'll see. So let's get a recharge on all 3 characters. So let's see how she fares in this one. So we're gonna first start off with special 1 on Lobo, and then we're gonna save up to special 2 and see the difference. So Cat Claws, damage over time is 3,350. So now we're gonna get up to 2 bars, and we're gonna see how much damage over time we can do. And notice while Lobo is tagged out, the damage over time still triggers. So let's get off Whip It. We're not gonna swipe because I don't want to accidentally kill her. So the bleed does about does 5,035. So this does confirm that. Alright, she does get knocked out though, unfortunately. So this is confirmed that special 2 does a lot more damage over time damage than special 1. So I originally thought that both special 1 and special 2 would do the same amount, and that it would be more worth it to gear her towards her special 1. But with this, it may not be so. So we want to do some testing on the special 2. I believe it's more worth it to do special 2. Well, actually, since she does about 3,000 on special 1 and 5,000 on special 2, technically, if you work out the sums, it's more worth it to get off special 1 for the damage over time. However, the fact that her special 2 itself does 46,000, but her special 1 does only 10,000, means that special 2 is a lot more worth it. Therefore, special 2 is overall, in terms of damage, more worth it. So, before we get on any further with this, I'm gonna just return Arkham Knight Batman his 2 pieces of gear that we took just now. Before I forget, because I am using him on multiplayer, we don't want to screw up our MP team. And obviously we missed the LexCorp one again, so there we go. So now her gear itself is actually doing a little bit more for her special 2. So let's get let's put on the 4th level mace, and we want to get off. We want to have some healing. Although this is really tempting, the Demon's Blade. However, we are going to put on the Kryptonian suit for a little bit of healing. Like so. So let's do a little bit more testing on special 2. So first up we have Black Adam. And that kind of sucks because Black Adam special 1 could potentially power drain because this is the boss card Black Adam. But we'll see how it goes. I do kind of like her light attacks. Alright, that wasn't the drain, so that's great. Neither was that. Alright, so let's get our special 2 here. So let's get a Whip It. And you do get the heal as well. Alright, so check out the bleed on Doomsday. So also I had a misconception with the passive, and I'll talk about that real soon. So special 2, increasing special 2's damage apparently increases the damage of the damage over time as well. So that's really cool. So my misconception was that the passive said that it will not be rinsed by tagging out. I assume that that will mean that your opponent is poisoned, but the poison will not continue after your opponent tags out. But when your opponent tags back in, then the poison will continue. But apparently, through these test battles, that's not the case, and the poison will continue for 10 seconds even after your opponent tags out. So that could bring you to a case where you have an opponent with 0 health, and when he tags back in, he tags back in with 0 health, and oops, forgot to block the shield bash. So that's really interesting. This Catwoman could be really strong, and we are running low on health here. That is the one drawback that she has. So let's get off Whip It again and power drain this trigger. And we missed the last hit on Superman, therefore no damage over time. I guess that could be another drawback, because since we didn't hit the last hit, the damage over time does not trigger, and we're running really low on health. Alright, so now let's get off Whip It again right before we die. So there we go. This time we're probably going to get all the hits on Batman. There we go. So Batman taking all that damage over time. Look at how much health it saps out of him, just like that. And we're probably going to go here, and we do. But it doesn't matter. So this is what I was talking about. He could be tagging with this amount of health here, like that, and we would still just need one more hit to get rid of him. I didn't think it would work that way, but I'm glad that it did, which means that you do more damage in a shorter amount of time than what I thought originally. So we're out of energy. Anyway, that was quite a comprehensive review. So this character, Arkham Knight Catwoman, she is a really, really good character, especially in terms of damage over time. So let's take a real quick look at the card once more. So here are the gears that I used. I find this gear setup is quite useful. I do have all her support cards. Obviously, she's not augmented. I just finished her challenge, as I've showed at the start of this review video. So here is the specials, just in case you guys want to see. I did not show the super move because it did not really work well for passive, and it wouldn't really be worth it. But her super move is really strong as well because she's a high damage card. So this is the design. It really looks quite nice. Like she's battered up and all. And it's really cool that her special 2 finally lets us use her whip. Like all the previous Catwomans don't have the whip, and so it's kind of cool that we do have a whip with this one. So doing slow rotation. So let's take a look at her passive again. So Cat and Mouse, Catwoman's damage over time and attacks cannot be rinsed by tagging out, which is really cool. Love that part. Damage over time becomes more powerful with each Arkham Knight character on the team, which is even more great. And I think that many people have wanted a character with damage over time that can be rinsed by tagging out, but it never came until now. Also, we have always wanted characters that passive don't get reset after tagging out and back in, and that happened with Blackest Night Doomsday with his passive Dark Momentum. I'll show you guys that one when I do the review on Blackest Night Doomsday, if I do a review on him, because he is a multiplayer character. May not be playing his season, so we'll see about that. But the promotions are quite expensive, and that's the trend nowadays. So anyway guys, thanks for watching this video, and bye.